So very good morning to everyone. So today I'll be talking about an hands-on about Python. So I'm going through as per the syllabus. I hope you have the syllabus. I think in the last class we have installed the relevant tools as well as integrated development environments. I think today will be start the doing the hands-on. So firstly, let me go with I'm creating a collab tool which is very easy for you to be share also. Let us yeah. So I'm creating a collab book. So if you want to create a collab notebook, you just go to your Google Drive. There also we can able to create directly because I'm going chapter by chapter. So I'm creating a Google collab now. Okay. Okay, it is not showing here. So we'll take a collab and will be mounted. So I'm creating a new notebook. Yeah, so I'm giving a chapter 1 classroom notes. Right. So I'm just synchronizing with whatever the drive is concerned. So I request all the rest of the participants also we can able to create the collab file within your drive so that you can able to see wherever you go, right? Yeah, absolutely. So probably it might be created over here. So my drive. So I hope you can see here chapter 1 classroom notes. Yeah, so here I'm going to write everything, whatever I would like to demonstrate it now. So today's date, topics are comments in Python, input and print statements, and typecasting types, typecasting data types. So these are the 4 concepts I would like to demonstrate to you today. So kindly, understand each and everything very important. That's very fundamental. We must know all of this. Right. Let us go ahead. about comments in Python. See here, whatever I'm writing, it will be look like, it will be look like a notebook. I can share this particular notebook. I can share this particular notebook to you, that I can share with anyone, that whatever I'm writing to you. So I'm just copying this particular link, and I can able to share in the, you know uh, um, in your chat box, because I don't have your numbers or something WhatsApp group. I could able to, share with you, and you can able to open, and you can able to see also. Clear? So yeah, let's go ahead about comments. Comments in Python. Yeah, firstly we must understand what do you mean by comment. The comments are very essential. Being a software developer or software, whatever the designation you had, so whenever you are implementing something else, you must aware that how exactly comments will be written in a particular programming language. So comments are essential while writing real-time programs. So basically the comments will improve readability of the program. Means if you write something else, that would be helpful to other person to understand your documentation, which means what? Comments are useful to maintain documentation. Yeah. Comments are not executable statements in a program. So two types of there are two types of comments. One is single line comment, which is represented by hash symbol. Comes to there will be multi-line comments, represented by three quotations followed by three single quotations. This is called, multi-line comment. So generally already I written in first class that, whenever we are writing something, we can able to, let's take a demo about, let's suppose demo about concept, like comments in Python. You see something here? When I'm just writing one particular comment, I started with a hash symbol, which means what? This line is showing in a green color, which means what? It is not an executable statement. This is the metadata about the data, which means what? This line will tell you, or it will be reveals you that, why you are writing this program, what is the intention of this particular program. Sometimes, a line might go more than one particular line. Let's suppose I'm writing one statement, like, I'm just writing this comment is demonstrating multi-line comment, and dated on dated on 28/07/2025. I hope you understand that there will be possibility more than one particular line are likely to be split, because if you write in a left, like right hand side, sometimes it will be go beyond your screen. Therefore, writing in a meaningful multi-line will be declared with three triple quotations, and they will be followed with three triple quotations, starting with one and closing with this. These two are the comments will be declared very frequently in the Python to declare them, right? So if you just execute, it does not throw any kind of an error. Like I'm just writing a print statement that what, welcome to Go Online Trainings. If we execute now, it just give us whatever the executable statement that output is given to you. But here, these two are comments. They are not executable statements. Is that wrong? So this is how the comments are very clearly and sometimes used to write. So please understand what exactly a comments is. Right? So I hope you understand. Do you have any questions related to comments?
No, we understand.
No. Great, great. Okay. Let us go with the next kind of topic, which is very importantly, input and print statements. Right. So if you look at in any programming language, whenever you write one particular application, when you are designing an application, sometimes we do expect the computer application would ask us an input from the keyboard. Like there are two ways to pass data to the computer. One is static declaration of data, which means that an example, something called as pi value, which is called as a 3.14, and your Aadhaar number, which is a static. Once it is declared, or else we can say SSN number, which is going to be that is static. This is the way how exactly statically we can declare, but sometimes there will be dynamic data or runtime data, which means that it will be declared, it will be given at a runtime, which means what? Withdrawal money, which means what? You will be giving input, dear banker, dear customer, can you enter how much money you want? This is how an input is the function which will be allows you to be give an input at a runtime. If the system wanted to ask you something so that you will be able to understand, then we have to go with there is a statement in the Python is called as an input statement. It very quite commonly it requires something called as you wanted to enter 5 snacks to be taken, like you will be enter how many quantities, so you will be enter at a runtime, because person to person the input is completely different, so we cannot statically say that. Are you clear? So let us understand what is the purpose of the input statement. Now I'll write input is the input is the input is the input function allows the end user to take input data or information at runtime. Clear? It comes to print statement. Print is also a function which will be displayed a data onto the screen in a desired format. The syntax is obviously print. Print is the keyword. We cannot write it as an uppercase letter because the Python is case sensitive. Lowercase letter and uppercase letters are different from each other. Yeah. So here we can give format string or maybe prompt. I can say prompt. This is the one syntax. There is another syntax is that it's a overloaded function actually. There is another syntax is that let's suppose print prompt and followed by variables. This is how we can write. The print statement will be written in two ways actually. Let me give you a demonstration how exactly print and as well as input functions will work. Now, if you look at here, it will be look like a notebook. It is very meaningfully useful for you. You can download it and I have shared with you. You can able to see that. Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. Let us see that now. Let us demonstrate it. I'll be taking firstly an input, which means what? Yeah. Dear, like ATM pin number. Here there will be a function I'm taking called as input. Dear customer, can you enter your ATM pin number? System will ask us, so that will be give you. Let us execute now. It will ask us to be enter the pin number. You see now, as soon as you have used the input function, system is asking me to enter my pin number. The moment if I give pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, then there will be a program is exists that the given pin number is equal to the pin number which was existing in the ATM, which was in the database will be compared. If the existing pin number and now entered pin number is equal, then it will be proceed with how much money you want to withdraw. This is how the input function will allows you to take an input at a runtime. Okay, enter. It's done. Now after entering the pin number, the 1, 2, 3, 4 is assigned or stored into this particular identifier or variable. Now I want to print the data which is holding by ATM underscore pin number. ATM underscore pin number is, it is the variable or an identifier or an object. Okay. Now let us write a print statement here. How the print statement is helpful for you? You have entered ATM pin number is meaningfully writing and showing to the user. Then I'll be calling, there will be a function is called, I'm calling, there will be a variable is called ATM underscore pin number. What the syntax says, this particular syntax, this particular within the double quotation, it says a prompt or it is a format string. And this particular variable is saying that whatever the earlier, whatever the data you have entered, that is holding by this particular identifier. Correctly? Now, if I execute, you see what happens. Earlier, I have entered 1234 as a pin number. Now, meaningfully, it is saying that you have entered a ATM pin number is 1234. If it is okay, then it will be subsequently. I'll be write another statement. Prompt is that you have entered, or else your ATM pin number is matched. Now you can enter how much money you want to enter, you want to withdraw. This is how I can able to write. Now let me execute again. You see. So if you want now again, then you can write a print statement like money is equal to input. Then you can write input. Beard enter denominator to withdraw. If you write like this, then obviously it will be asked you accordingly. You see now, the ATM pin number is given and it is showing that the ATM pin number is matched. Now it is asking me to enter the money to withdraw. Then obviously 2000 is holding. Now subsequently what I'll do, I'll be write a statement that actually remaining amount balance to be shown, balance of your account. Here obviously it might have just take 10,000 minus and obviously 2000. Obviously it will be show you that the remaining balance 8,000 will be shown to you. But everything will be given in terms of the dynamic way. Just I have shown you that how to use the purpose of the input function here and how we can use the print statement. Yeah, there will be one remark. Yes, please ask.
The 2000 we have entered manually, na? It won't
Uh,
be dynamic, right?
correct. Where here, right?
Yes, sir. No, next. Sixth step.
Yes, absolutely. Here, rather than 2000 should be given here, we have to give, there is a already variable called as money. We have entered how much money you want to withdraw is stored into money, right? So if you call this money, so that the remaining balance is going to be shown to you. But firstly, you have to be what is the error unsupported minus 10,000 minus. Now, see here the problem is, I'm just showing you. The problem is input function is going to be treat everything as a string by default. Therefore, it is throwing an error here. Why it is throwing an error? Because even you have given 2000, right? Still, it will be taking it as as
String only.
a string only. If you wanted to go for that, there is a need of a what is called as an int. Typecasting is required. If this problem is resolved now, this problem is resolved now. Okay. If you execute now, it is asking me right now. Enter. Now I'll be go with this particular statement. Now it will be giving. So this
Got
is
it.
the problem is called typecasting problem. I have written already. There will be a separate concept called as typecasting concept. There will be an implicit typecasting. There will be an explicit typecasting. Just now we have used explicit typecasting. I'll tell you what exactly it is. Let me tell you how to resolve this particular problem, because let me write one note. There is a note. Note. By default, input function is understand everything as string. Hence, to avoid this problem, we should use data typecasting concept such a way that this problem is resolved. Let us take another example. There were A is a variable. I'm taking input, enter a value. B is the variable, input, enter B value. Now the print statement is that sum comma A plus B. Now if you execute now, you see a value 10, 25. If you look at an output, 10 and 25 will be concatenated each other. Otherwise, we supposed to be expected the output as a 35. But we haven't get. There is an output called as a 1025, which means what? Even the 10 is an integer value, but the input function understand it as a string and it is assigning to the A. Even you have entered the 25 as an integer value, still it is understanding and as a string and it is assigning to the B. Therefore, A plus B means concatenation between 10 plus 25 as a string. Now, how do you resolve this problem? So it is only the possibility that it is the typecasting problem. If we typecast the entered value such a way that the after the string is going to be converted as an integer and then that will be converted as a string to integer, then the desired output is going to be shown to you. You execute again 40, 50, then the output will be 90.
Got it, sir. Got it.
So only be careful whenever you are taking an input value at a runtime. At the same time, sir, I don't want this runtime. I want only the static time. Means this problem doesn't happen. If you take a and B value statically, A is equal to 20, B is equal to 30, this problem doesn't happen. And even though I already told you that typecasting problem, one value is an integer data type, another value will be a floating data type, 35. So this is called implicit typecasting. This is called implicit typecasting. Now one is an integer type, another is the floating type. Still it will be give you the result accordingly. Because this 20 is going to be taken as a 20.0 plus 35.2 is going to become a 55.2. This is called implicit typecasting, that the Python interpreter automatically gives you accordingly. Right? So in case here, if you want now A and B value float type values, not a static type. You can make it as like yes. And here I can able to change it as float, because I need the computation should be in floating, right? Therefore, now it will be resolve the problem accordingly. I'm entering 25.3 and 42.5. It will be give you accordingly. So what desired data type you want accordingly, you can convert it as. There is no restriction over there. So I hope everyone has a clear idea that when to apply the input function, what is the drawback of input function, how it will be avoid the static declaration with the help of a dynamic declaration. Is that clear, everyone? please, I request everyone, even if you are novel to the programming language, if you are already experty, please, if you have any kind of a questions, please, I request you to ask me without any hesitation.
It's clear, sir. It's
The
clear.
request. Yeah. So okay. So according to the today's concept, I just cleared. There will be a concept called as a comments. There will be a concept called as an input-output statement. There will be a concept called as a typecasting too. And see, related to, I'm just giving you my hands-on knowledge related to each and everything. If you look at here, I given a clear documentation to you. This is the handout. So what is a comment, single line comments, how they will be writing, everything I have written over here. So please, you just try to be go through them. If you understand this, so that you get able to understand it. It's not only this, for every topic. Like if you look at, I'll be give you like a typecasting concept. If you look at, I just already prepared perfect material handouts to you. So please you follow this. I'll be share to Umapati sir or else Madhav. They are the managers who will be communicate with you. They'll be give you what do you mean by implicit typecasting, explicit typecasting, everything I have written in a detailed manner how the type conversion is going to be takes place. Just I request you to be keep little time and keep little effort so that obviously you can understand very thoroughly without any kind of an ambiguities. And absolutely related to input output statements too. If you look at, so this is the handout related to input output statement. So where what is an input statement, how it is prompting that, how it will be taken input, how different data types is going to be deals with, everything is going to be given you perfectly. So please you try to be follow them. After the class, I'll be share these particular documents to you. Please kindly follow them. Is that clear, everyone? Let
Yes,
us
clear, sir. Clear.
yeah let us go with there is a concept is called as a data types concepts. There will be a the fourth concept is a data types concept. Yeah. Let us understand. Okay. Data types in Python. Yeah. Right. See, generally, as per my knowledge, before 25 years ago, nobody knows what do you mean by data. Now, very casually, we are talking about data, information, such words. When I was BTech, I don't know before BTech that what is the word called as a data, what is the word called as a information, because everything was maintained through books. That time we can hardly say that documentation, document or else book, like such words we used to use. Now, if we ask what do you mean by data, if you are able to define a data, can anyone tell me how can you define a data? Okay.
Data is stored in
About
rows and columns.
Yeah, if the data will be exist in rows and columns, it will be treated as a meaningful data, which is a structured data, which will be an information. But data always available in the form of a raw form. Data is raw fact. Data is always useless unless and until you have to pre-process it. Data is always noisy or erroneous or biased. So data has to be pre-processed. Then it becomes information. The moment when the data become information, it is useful to be applied or analyzed statistically or maybe programmatically, because the data will be available in different form. In a real world, data is broadly classified into two types. One is analog data. Second one is digital data. Obviously, human can understand the analog data, like digital data. Analog data, in which form it is going to be available? Our voice is an analog data. Sound is an analog data. Obviously, heartbeat is going to be analog data. Temperature is an analog data. Humidity is analog data. In what form it will be represented generally it will be represented? It will be represented. Analog data represented as sine waves electronically. This is the way how exactly it will be analyzed. Like this. So this is the way how exactly the frequency or bandwidth or maybe hiking is going to be represented as a 1 and falling is going to be represented as a 0. This is how the frequencies modulation are going to be shown in the form of a sine waves electronically. These sine waves normal user don't understand. Therefore, eventually these sine waves has to be converted into digital form with the help of a square waves, such a way that the human can understand that. So now let us understand how exactly digital formation of data would happen, how many types of data we have. Digital data is discrete in nature. Discrete is nothing but there will be a lower boundary and upper boundary. This is called, what? Discrete data. There will be different types of discrete data we can see in the real world. That, what? One is numeric data. When you talk about numeric data, there will be an integer data or a float data. A data will be in the form of a string data, which is all for numeric. There will be Boolean data, which is true and false. There will be complex data, which will be real part and imaginary part. If the data which has two parts, such as a complex data, there will be data called as a none data, which is empty data or missing data is represented by the none data. There will be binary data where there will be 0, 1 are going to be there. The base for the binary data will be 2. Octal data where the data will have a base is 8 and the range of values are 0 to 7. And hexadecimal data where the base is 16 and the range of values are 0 to 9 will be the same. Obviously the 0 to 9 data will going to be treated as a decimal data. 10 is equivalent to capital A, 11 is equal to capital B, 12 is going to be a capital C, 13 is going to be a D, 14 is going to be a E, and 15 is going to be a F. This is how the hexadecimal data is going to be represented with the help of a specific ASCII code. Clear? So I hope I can say these are the types of data. Digital data will have these type of data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. these many types of data, including decimal data also. So in any form, the data is going to be available for you. In any form, data is going to be available for you. Yes or no? So let us understand, we know human being, right? I wanted to convey you that does the computer aware that all these type of a data? Let me cross verify with the help of a Python programming, these many types of data is aware or not. Understand? Yeah. Let us take a hands-on knowledge. I hope this is available for you. You can refer it. Let's demonstrate it. Demo about types of data recognized by Python interpreter. Right? So let us understand now. Let us understand. Integer type, I told you, right? There will be A is going to be 20. So we know that. See, if you look at C, C++, Java, we used to be declared there will be a data type called as an int. But in the Python, we haven't declared any kind of a data type, int, float, or char like something, because the Python will be treated as a dynamic language, which is a runtime language. Now the point is, we know 20 is an integer data. Python interpreter does aware it. Let us understand it. Printer, there will be a built-in function is called as a type. There will be a built-in function called as a type, for which if we give a as a parameter, it will be written. The type function will written type of a class a variable is holding. Whatever the data it is holding, that type of class of data will be written by that. You see now? I hope you are seeing. Now type function have returned what type of data is holding by the A. Now that the class data is called as an integer data. Which means what? Even Python interpreter aware that the 20 is belonging that this data is type of an integer kind of a class of data. Similarly, to take a float data, f is equal to 25.62. We know there will be two types of data actually here. This 25 is going to be an integer portion. The 62 is going to be treated as a decimal portion. Now let me take the same type function. If we pass f as an input, it gives you that, it is a kind of a float data. It is kind of a float data. Similarly, now there will be string data. We know that the string data is declared in the Python within the double quotation, within the single quotation, within the triple quotation. The name of the person, Venkat. If you want to know this name variable is holding what type of a data, just simply you can able to print a type of a name that gives you what type of data name is holding. It is a string type. It is a string type. Are you clear? Yeah. Let us understand now. Let us understand. Similarly, there will be a kind of a data called as a Boolean data. Demo about Boolean data. That what? There will be true and false. Especially Boolean data types are used to take a decision making using relational or comparison operators. Such as if I tell you is 20 is lesser than 15. You see now, 20 is not lesser than 15, right? It will be produce a decision making and give you the output in the form of a boolean. You see the false will be the output. You see the output now? False. Means the computer related decision making will be produce the output in the form of a boolean way. If I make a less than greater than, then it will be you true. You see? Now, similarly, now I already told you that the true will be equal to 1 and false is equal to 0. Let us understand t is equal to true. You see now, does the system aware that what type of data true is? Type of t. It will be give you, it's a boolean kind of a data. You see, it is the boolean kind of a data. So system also aware. And similarly, I am telling you, according to electronics knowledge, according to computerization knowledge, true will be a 1, false is going to be a 0. If true is a 1, true plus 3 is going to become what? 1 plus 3 is going to become 4, right? Then I can believe that the true is having a physical value called as a 1. Let us understand now. Now, print a value of t after. So, you see now, true plus 3. Now you see what exactly the value is going to be given. You execute now. You see, the value of sum after the summation, true is 1, 1 plus 3 is going to become a 4. This is the resultant value. I hope you believe that the value of a true is 1, 1 plus 3 is going to become a 4. But don't consider the true is like a characters. It has a physical value aware to the Python interpreter. Is that clear, everyone? Similarly, I'll be taking false. N is equal to false. So if the false is a boolean value, 0 plus 2 is going to become a what? Obviously, it will be produced to n value as you know what? 2. This is the output now. Yes or no? So everybody is clear that what do you mean by true and what do you mean by false and where they will be applicable and what type of data it is and what is the physical value of them aware to the physical interpreter of the computer. Is it clear, everyone? There down the line you will be listen a lot of things where boolean data will be useful for you. Have you submitted Aadhaar card to the bank? Then I can specify the true. So if the bulb is enabled, then I can specify as a true. There will be a lot of example down the line I can take. You just follow them basically and fundamentally. So meanwhile, if you have any kind of questions, you can raise me. Somebody might have already aware about it, like Madhu and Aruna, Rajalakshmi, Samir, Sandeep. So anybody, if you have any kind of a questions like Kevin, so if you have any kind of a questions, I'm expecting you guys can ask me any kind of a questions without any hesitation, because I'm just giving demonstration that you guys are aware already little and you guys are experienced, I'm thinking. Plus during this demonstration, if you get any kind of a doubts, you can rise at any time. Definitely I can give you the justification from my end. Is it clear, everyone?
It's clear, sir. We will practice once. If I come
Yeah,
back with
sure.
issues, we will get back to you.
Great. Yes. Let us go with there will be next kind of a data is complex data. Complex data. See, this is a mathematical data where, where you might have seen in quadratic equation, in vector, in many kind of places where complex data might have seen. G is equal to, if I hold 10 plus 12j, which means what? 10 is the real data, 12 is going to be an imaginary data. So this kind of data will be useful in Boolean algebra, vectorization, quadratic equation, many places complex data will be seen. Firstly, my question is this data recognized by the computer as a complex data? You see now, type of G. You see the output now? It's a complex data. By seeing this formation, by seeing the syntax, Python interpreter will get to know that this data is a complex data. Right? So somewhere will be useful in data science concepts. Yeah. In linear algebra, many more places we are going to use this kind of formations. Okay. Next, there will be a data is called as a none data. None data, or it is a zero. It is void. See, sometimes there is a concept is called functions concept. If you are already aware about functions concept or methods concept, I'm trying to call there is a login function where the user ID, where the password, where the OTP. While calling the function, I'm missing this particular OTP. I'm missing this OTP. So then I can able to share, there will be a none data. Otherwise, if there is no value to pass, such as you have to pass a landline number, but you don't have landline number, then in functions concept we have to specify none as the parameter to the function. So whenever we talk about a functions concept, let me demonstrate. Just n is equal to n none. So firstly, does it recognize by the computer? We want to confirm type of n, which means it's a empty type, which is a none type, which means what? This value has a 0 meaning and it is related to none type. It doesn't have any value. It's like a void. So I'll be showing you some case where none is useful while communicating with the functions concept. Parameter passing techniques from calling function to called function. Let me go to that level so that I can demonstrate with you. Okay. The next type is that, what are the data types we have? Numeric is done, float is done, string is done, boolean is done, complex is done, none is done. Now let me go with the binary data. Binary data. See, there is an ambiguity. Whenever you have a value called as a 1010, does the interpreter understand this particular 10 as decimal data or a binary data? There is a dilemma, because 0, 1 also come in decimal part as well as it becomes into binary part also. If I declare something called as a v is equal to 1010, if you print by default the computer will understand v as a decimal data. Therefore, it will be give as usually 1010 as output. But my concern is I want to represent this particular data electronically as a binary data, for which there is a syntactically symbolic notation is that the most significant value is going to be a 0 followed by the B. Now this particular 1010 will be treated as a binary data rather than the decimal data. Now if I execute, the V is going to be show you 10 as a resultant value, which means what? This 1010 is a binary data, but this 10 will be an equivalent decimal data. For this particular thing, the base is 2. For this particular data, the base is 10. Let similarly, if I give 1111, 1111 is the binary equivalent data for the 15. I am expecting output as a 15. You see, yeah. This is, obviously this is decimal equivalent data because user can understand it. But this is binary data. So this is called, most significant bit. This particular data is called as a MSB bit. I hope somebody knows what you mean by MSB. Electronics people or computer science people aware that M is indicates most significant bit. This 1 is going to be treated as a least significant bit called as the LSB. I hope you are clear about how to represent the binary data in a programming language to deals at a binary level. Because bitwise operators called bitwise and or exclusive or left shift right shift tilde operators are deals with at a binary level. We must aware how exactly a binary data will be represented. Let me go with an octal data. Octal data base is 8. Let us simply y is equal to 0 followed by O followed by 123. This 123 is an octal data. If I wanted to know what is the equivalent decimal data, you just specify. I think 85 or 83 is going to be equivalent decimal data. This data we understand. This data we understand, but conversion is required. How this conversion is taking place between the octal to binary and binary to decimal, there will be purely mathematical conversion will be there. Let me show you that binary numbered system with examples. So if you go here, the conversion, like how it will be taking place, completely it's a mathematical approach. Binary to decimal. So there will be an example. Octal, binary to octal, binary to hexadecimal, hexadecimal to binary. There will be 6 possibilities of conversions is taking place. So I think you can able to refer this particular file, how exactly the conversion will be taking place. Okay. Now lastly we have hexadecimal data. So obviously basic string. Now I'm going to give M is equal to 0 followed by X followed by 12D. This 12D is a hexadecimal data, but I would like to know the equivalent decimal data. Just you print M. I think 301 is going to be given as an output to you. Yes. So this 301 is a decimal data, but 12D is a hexadecimal data. Hexadecimal to decimal data can be converted, and decimal data to hexadecimal data can also be converted. This is purely implicitly conversion will be taking place, but being a developer, being a software engineer, you must know how to represent programmatically the corresponding representation called hexadecimal. You can change anything. Now you can do 25 probably E. That gives you what is the meaning of that 606. Clear? So I hope there will be 8 categories of the data we have learnt in the digital data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think any kind of a digital data is going to be available in this particular form, and unlocked data will be only voice, sound, everything will be represented in a sine wave form. But every digital data will be represented in a square waves. That human can understand that. I think today, whatever the topics I just demonstrated to you, that the 4 topics I demonstrated. 1, 2, 3, 4. So do you have any questions about all this? I think it's a time.
Sir. No.
Yes, I'll share the related materials to you. Please, I request you to be kindly, follow them, practice them, and a lot of assignments also I'll be give it to you. I request you to be complete them accordingly. Lot of hundreds of assignments I'll give you about all these 4 topics. So tomorrow I'll ask you how many people have completed and all this. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Yeah. So any see if you have any kind of a suggestions towards my teaching, am I too slow? Am I too fast? Am I giving you right examples to you to make you understand? Please, any suggestions, you just try to be escalate the feedback directly to me or directly to the our institute management people. Please, I'm requesting you. I don't think so. I'm a universally accepted guy because of my experience. I hope I am giving a right knowledge to you in a meaningful manner. Still, is my English is okay? Am I too fast? Or just please try to let me know. Give me the right feedback about me, please. Any
Everything good,
questions
sir.
related to? Great, great. Thank you, Rajalakshmi. Yeah. Aruna, Madhukumar, Samir, Sandeep, Kevin. Yeah. So please, Madhukumar, do you have any questions?
Hi, sir.
Hi, Aruna.
Yeah, sir. Binary data types, if I need to understand that, actually, I'm not understanding. So, can you give me any, material to understand?
Yeah, why not? Definitely. Let's suppose, you are a man where you don't know anything. Let's suppose we know decimal point, right? You wanted to know what is the equivalent binary number for the 20, because this particular 20 will be a decimal data, right? There will be a mathematical approach which is available. If we divide this particular 20 by 2 till the remainder is going to be 0, let's suppose I'm dividing it. 10 to 10, 2 10 20, right? So remainder is going to become a 0. And if you divide again 2, 2 5s are 10. And obviously the remainder will be 0. And 2 to ja 4, right? 2 to ja 4. And obviously remainder is going to be 1. And 2 1 ja 2, the remainder is going to be 1. From the bottom, if we write all the reminders from bottom to up, then 1 1 1 0 0. This is going to be the equivalent binary number for the 20. This is how exactly we can able to convert into the binary form. You can take any large number. Let's suppose you can take a 65. 65 will be the decimal value. There will be one particular by default formula is that 2 to the power is 2 to the 0 is 1. 2 to the power of 1 will be the 2. 2 to the power of 2 is going to be a 4. 2 to the power of 3 is going to be the 8. 2 to the power of 4 is going to be the 16. 2 to the power of 5 is going to be the 32. And 2 to the power of 6 is going to be the 64. And 2 to the power of 7 is going to be a 128. Like it will be so on, it will be go on. Keep on, it will be going. Let's suppose now I'm asking you what is the equivalent binary number for the 65? In this particular weightage, 64 plus 1 is going to be 65, right?
Yes.
Wherever 64 and 1 is will be there, keep as 1, 1, remaining all you can keep it as a 0. That is going to be equivalent binary number. Now, this is the binary equivalent number for the 64.
Okay.
It is a simple way to convert a decimal data to the binary and binary to the decimal. So just now I've shown you, right, one particular binary number system. You can search in the Google or maybe ChatGPT. You can get a perfect mathematical approach how a binary to decimal, decimal to binary, binary to octal, octal to binary, binary to hexadecimal, hexadecimal to binary, octal to binary. All the 4 conversions will be mathematically converted. Just we should know mathematically. Automatically computer will does it. But being a end user, being a developer, we must know how the conversion will be takes place.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, am I clear or not?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, do you have any other questions?
I do not have any currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So without any hesitation, I'm requesting very sincerely that you can ask me any questions. I'm highly experienced. I could be able to answer all types of questions, whatever, even though it is a very micro level of question. And don't feel that shy or shame, like, if I ask this kind of a small question, sir might feel bad or other participant might feel bad. I think it's your responsibility. You are learning now from the scratch. I request you to be ask me any kind of a questions, right? So I think not only today, even after your preparation, after your practice tomorrow, you can ask me the question before going to start the question, right? Thank you so much to everybody. Tomorrow we'll meet at the same time. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
you,
you so much, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.